Hello guys, welcome back. My name is Curious, and today I want to play the Undungeon demo. This is an indie game that has been in development for a very long time. They've had a bunch of back-end problems, at least from what I understand, and now they finally have some game that you can play. So it's free on Steam. Obviously it's just a demo. I think they said it's about 2 hours of gameplay. I have already played a little bit of it. I played about half hour. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, we're gonna play. So the only character you can play right now is Void. The other two characters are locked. That's some description of him. And I'll just let this go.
Strange, isn't it? From childhood, we have been told that the universe is endless. It was said that there are millions of worlds out there, and that none of them can be reached. They said that they were thousands of light years away from us. But what if this is not the whole truth? What if we live in a multiverse where a thin membrane separates worlds from each other, and this membrane is not as strong as it seems? 7 worlds, 7 variations of Earth were instantly merged. Those few who survived called this cataclysm the Shift.
And that is the little, I guess, prologue, I guess? So this is the game, top down. I can't do any of my abilities right now. But, yeah, this is our character. It's a little weird, but it's whatever. And then this is how you get most of the story. So you interact with NPCs, and there's a little dialogue thing on the right. You can ask questions. So I'm going to go a little fast. Feel free to pause if you want to read things. So we'll go with what are you? We'll do this. And I will say there is a bit of broken English. So if you read this and you're like, wait, that doesn't make sense, or wait, no, that's not how you say that. I don't know necessarily what language the developers speak, but there is broken English every now and then. And then just oh, I don't know. We'll do this one. Ooh, obtain tabula rasa brain. Interesting. Interesting, okay. I did not know you could get items from talking to people. So I'm just gonna go through the dialogue options just so you guys get more of the story. And I'll try and do this with most NPCs. And then that's all the questions, so we leave. So what I was surprised, oh, I can't even open the inventory. Okay, so I'll get into why the tabula rasa brain is was an interesting find for me when I can access my inventory. Yeah, so clear ribs is an item. It's a spacebar item. So like I said, I played through about a good half hour of this already. So you hit space, you activate a shield, and it'll protect you from 1 hit of damage. Hold space and it drops a mine in front of you, and any damage will explode it. So yeah. Cool. So then C is kind of like this small little communicator thing. It's kind of cool. So now I can do my basic attack, which is just swiping with the left click. Because if you see right where my green diamond is, I don't have any I don't want to say I'm pretty much like have that common item, right? So this is just my basic left click, and my right click is this dash. F, R, and G is use items, so potions, throwing knives, that sort of thing. I can hit C. Yes. See, like gels the spelled wrong there. Should be EAL, I believe. Yeah. So your communicator is used for some dialogue purposes. It's really cool. I like it. And I thought this was a really cool transition into the main game. Yep, right where I started yesterday. So now we're in like this barren wasteland. And this is our map. So I think, just a little tidbit for the developers. I think I like the layout of the map. I think using WASD for navigation is a bit slow. I think if you're going to do WASD for navigation, I would like it to be a little faster. As you can see, this is decently expansive. Yeah, so this right here, I believe, is the world border. So keep an eye on that. It's gone. I'm still holding down S to go south. Like, look how long that takes. So if there's anything to improve, it's either changing the way you navigate it away from WASD or making WASD faster. And again, we have, and then that's how far right you can go. This down here, the bottom left. So Q dimension is the dimension we're in now. I think the 0-250 is the essence we have. That was alluded to when we were talking to the void. And then 0 days since the fall, well, we just fell, so we're on day 0. As you play and you move across the world, this increases. So journal, this is kind of like your quest guide. Currently, all we have is the quest to get all 6 heralds, and well, to meet the 6 heralds and collect their seal, all 6 of the seals. And then this is all your equipment, inventory thing. So equipment, I believe, is weapons. Weapon like these 4, I believe. Consumables are your potions, throwing knives, things like that, bombs, stones. Materials are things that you can use to trade with NPCs, and I believe that's it. And these special items. So sometimes you'll need special items to access certain doors, or different or special keys to access certain doors, and they'll be here. And then runes are these right here. So these 5 rune slots right here, these circles, are kind of like passives. So this is your inventory for them, and they're like, oh, you get plus 100 health, plus 400 health, 5% chance to ignite an enemy, 5% chance to inflict germs. I'm not sure what that means. If it means like sickness or like a plague type of thing, where it's like a bleed, but instead of making them bleed, it gets them sick. Additional minimum damage and maximum damage, armor penetration or armor you can put here for enemies, and then these three I believe are your FG and R that I was talking about earlier, and then this is your character sheet. So info, these are just your base things. So health, when it reaches 0 you die. Resistance, surely doesn't have a tooltip. Armor decreases incoming damage, and then armor piercing, like I mentioned earlier with these, you can get armor piercing. So when enemies have armor, you can ignore some of the armor the enemies have. Yeah, so the core, the 0-250 that was down here a minute ago when you were looking at the map, this is how much essence we can have. Minimum damage, so this is the lowest amount of damage you can inflict, and this is the maximum amount of damage. And then armor piercing, again, ignores part of the enemy's armor, dealing more damage. Energy, these, I know what they look like. Let's see. So do you see my little diamond? Follow it. It's right here. These little kite-looking things. That's your energy. So if you notice right here for my clear ribs, if I hold space, it has 2 kites, and that's the mine. So I use 2 energies. Oh. So I use 2 energies. Oh, I have to. Oh, I guess I didn't hit a checkpoint. Anyway, I'll just skip it to go back to where we are. Okay, and we're back. Yeah. So, yeah, don't do what I did. I forget. Explosions are very dangerous. So, yep, we already read through that. Back here, where is the brain? I guess we didn't get the brain, because it would be, I think, under here. The tabula rasa brain. So all I did was I repeated the steps I did the first time. So that's what energy is, those little kite things. Stamina is this yellow bar under your health. So as I do attacks or I dash, consume stamina. This is a checkpoint, if I'm correct. These are checkpoints. So that's what that is. And then movement speed, obviously just movement speed. So I was really confused at this part. You just hit the cactus. So all these items I'm getting under materials, all are just trading materials for merchants. And I'll explain the buy or the merchant system, because it's a little different than a normal buy-sell, like in Fallout or in other games where you sell them items to get money. And then you sell them items to get money, and then you buy items off of them. It's a little bit different than that. So if you see right here for F, if I can throw a needle, now it looks like needles break upon impact, but if I get actual throwing knives, I can, those are reusable. So for those little guys, these guys are actually pretty easy. For enemies, and I'll show this again, because I killed the big scorpion a little too quick. These little guys don't have it, because they're really weak. So if I hit them, this little pill thing comes up, and that's their health bar. It's their essence, right? Which is why this purple thing on the top left fills up, is because we are stealing their life essence. So yeah. And we'll keep going. I am doing a lot worse than I did yesterday. We'll open this up. Cool, so these are all the different consumables we have. Explosive, yeah, whatever. Okay, so for now I have all FRG. Yeah. So when you have tutorials, you can hit C, the C, and this opens this, and you can watch the tutorials. So now I have FRG filled. So again, this F is reusable throwing knives. So if I do that, I can run over and pick it back up again. A lot of the crates don't have things. Just looking at where you guys are aware. R, I'll use it now just because I'm at low health. So R, you throw consumables out, and whoever attacks it first, enemy or you, determines who gets health. So let's say I do this, but an enemy hits it, they will get health back, and not you. So I have to throw it out and then attack it, and then I get health back. And then my G, I won't use it now, but it's like a bomb. So again, I'll go through the dialogue rather quickly, and you guys can stop and read as you please. I don't want to bore you guys too much if you guys aren't too much into the lore. And this is kind of where the broken English comes in. I don't know if maybe it's intentional. I doubt it, but like, don't make anything stupid. Obviously, make and do have similar connotations. Doing is making, so don't do anything stupid. That should be a do, not a make. But whatever. And then these RGB split areas are really cool. They just look cool, but they also serve as markers for travel. So we're here, and this is kind of like a world map type thing. So we click here, and it says 15 days on the road. So then I click again, and I travel. So one thing I've noticed is that it takes a life essence to do this, yet I didn't have enough to travel, yet I can still travel. So when I first clicked, it said 15. I only had 3, yet it still let me do it. I'm not sure what that means exactly. And you can also see that took us 14 days. See, it says 4, but yeah. Took us 14 days to go from where we were to here. And then you just hit X. And you enter the new area. Like I said, I did all of this already, so kind of know what to expect. And when we get to a part I don't know what I'm doing, I will make sure to let you guys know. So now we have an actual weapon. So these are mechanical claws. All they do is they take up our normal melee slot. So if we hit left mouse button 3 times, we'll do this. 1, 2, 3, and you do like a big final attack, but it costs a lot of stamina. You could hold left mouse button and do this marking AoE damage thing, which I'll explain in a bit. Or this can explain it. So when you hold down left and you release it on an enemy, it applies a mark on them, and then every hit after that on the marked enemies do crit damage. And this is a teleporter from before. So here's the void, here's the Q dimension, here's the hub world. So we'll click world because we need to go here. Yeah. Very cool area. So yeah, this is pretty cool. This is something we can come to later and get stuff. I believe we're supposed to speak to this. I believe, but it looks like it may be a little glitched out. I'm not sure. And you may notice this green thing right here. All that means or does is as we move without attacking anything, we get a movement buff because the game realizes that we're not attacking or in combat, and it's just to move around the map quicker. So that's all that's for. We need to go back here. And then, like I said, we'll go through some dialogue options, so you guys know what's kind of going on. So the Vingaroon, are the little scorpion-like creatures that we've been fighting. Back. So right here is a nice little dialogue lore bit. So currently we're talking to Duddy, but we're talking through telepathy. So yeah, we'll have, and that'll come in very shortly. So he says, it's telepathy that's very convenient if you don't want to talk, if you want to talk with someone who doesn't know your language, or when you can't pronounce it, like with those local dialects. And he's like, is it that difficult? And then Duddy says they have very specific vocal cords that allow them to communicate through whistling. Unfortunately, it's a chore, but I can talk to the shamans and elders with telepathy, which makes it easy. So for some of these conversations, you actually kind of have to read a little bit, because if you didn't read this, you'd be very confused in a couple minutes. So yeah. Thanks for helping me, and we're done again. So, like I said, I'll go through dialogue options a little quick, but if you want to read them, just kind of go at your own pace. Stop the video, read it, and keep going. So, we don't want to go here, I believe. Yeah, we want to go down here first, because there's other things that we can do over there if we go here first. Okay. All right, so now I'll introduce a couple things. So here's a trader. I have some questions, and we'll talk to him for a little bit, or I guess not. So here's how buying / selling / trading works. You see their inventory, and we need this translation device. So, like Duddy said, some of these nomadic people speak with vocal cord, or speak with using vocal cords through, and they use it with whistling. We can't hear that, so we need to buy this. So this is worth 40. I then have to figure out, okay, well, this is this much, this is that much. Right? So now we kind of have to barter with him. You know. 71 for 40, I mean... Can I do that? I'm trying to get it the cheapest possible. Can I do, we just go this? No, okay. Alright, so I'm gonna do 10. So deal. So now I have this. So now I can talk to the other people. And that's how that works, is you kind of have to haggle. So like, let's say if I want one of these Reaper's Claws, or which we already have Mechanical Claws, so we wouldn't really want that. But let's say we wanted this, I'd have to drag it, and you know, it's 250, we're at 0, and you have to go back and forth, which I think is really, really cool. It makes buying and selling much more interesting than if it was, you know, just buying and selling. And like I said, you can break these. Most of the time, they won't have anything in them. So yeah, but now we have to talk. We don't have to talk with all the townspeople. If you do, you get some quests, though. so we'll end up doing that, but this is the main guy we needed to talk to. And like I said, we'll just kind of go through the dialogue options. Actually, I'll go through them kind of fast, and then I'll go through and I'll scroll down. Nope, there's one more. Yeah. What does your red mean? So now, oh, I accidentally left. Damn it. Sorry about that. So yeah. Now we'll go and we'll talk to the villagers, because I know there's a quest somewhere up here, I believe. Maybe it's down below. Yeah, I think it's down below. And like I said, I'm gonna... Okay, so I think when I do this, it will reset the dialogue. So I'll just let you guys kind of read this. Nope, okay, cool. Yeah, when I first was reading these, I'm like, wow, this is, for the first 2 hours, this is a lot of time and effort into a lot of the dialogue options. No wonder it's, taking a long time to develop. You're adding this much dialogue, and if it stays, yeah, you already know that. I mean, it stays consistent through the entire game. So, hold on. Can I leave? No. This kind of gives you a little insight to farming. There's basic farming in this game as well. You can grow these fangoods. Back. So right here it says request on translation device. So if we didn't have this from the trader earlier, we would not have been able to talk to this person. Just an interesting thing. And I believe this is the guy I wanted. Yeah, this is the guy I wanted to talk to. So pretty much this is a quest that we have to get his Vinegro back. I don't know how to pronounce it. Vinegaroon? Yeah, no idea. But those scorpion creatures back. So now I have a sour fangood. We need to get his little pet Bitsy back. And this is a breeder. Let's see. What else? I think that's it for the most part. Now we have now the game kind of is a bit more open to us, because now kind of do what we want, and we can go to the shaman or do the shaman's quest here, I believe. Faith of the Junk. And we go to and we go, see what I mean by it's super slow, and we go, I think it's over here. Yeah, we go over here to the junkyard, and we can go more to the main quest, or we can go over here in these layers and stuff like that to oh wait, there was another person I needed to talk to. I just realized. There is... I need to find a person... Maybe I already talked to them. I wasn't keeping track, but it was one of the people here is a hunter. And these guys don't attack, by the way. If I go up to them, they just kind of waddle away. I needed to talk to a hunter somewhere because he was losing a lot of people, and we had to search for them. That was a very important quest that we need to do. Do I have that already? No. I need to find that person because that's a really important quest. I think it was this person. Yes, Ian. Yeah, I'll see what I can do. I really wanted this quest. And I'll scroll up and kind of go down because this is a lot of reading. And I may be going a little too fast. So, as you can tell, this is a pretty slow game at the start. I wouldn't say it picks up necessarily later, but it definitely gets more and more interesting and intriguing. If you like Hyperlight Drifter, I feel like you'd really like this game. Except this game, I never played fully through Hyperlight Drifter, so it may have changed later down the line, but it's like Hyperlight Drifter with a bit more lore and a bit more depth in terms of loot. Because I'm pretty sure Hyperlight Drifter didn't have any loot, it was just skill points to get different attacks that you can do. So yeah. So I think that's everything? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so that's everything I wanted to do here at this place. It's already been a half hour, roughly, of recording. That includes the time where I killed myself on accident. So I'll cut that out, and this episode will be a little shorter. But like I said, this demo's about 2 hours, I believe they said. But of course, I don't know what that means, if they're going as fast as possible, or if they're going at a very casual pace. I'm not sure. But yeah, I think I'll leave it here. We're at a good stopping point because now the rest of the map is open up to us and we can actually do things. That is a glitch. I am not, should be like that. Interesting. Yeah, that's a little weird. Anyway, I really like this game. I really enjoyed it for the bit of time I was playing it before I had a glitch to save. I'll make sure to not allow that to happen again. If you enjoyed, leave a like. If you want to try this game for yourself and this little brief segment was interesting to you, go to Steam, look up Undungeon, and there will be a demo. Make sure to add it to your wish list. I'm not sure when it's coming out. I think there isn't a specific date. It's more of like I think they said Q4 of 2020 or Q4 of 2021, something like that. There's no defined date for when this game's going to come out. But like I said, if you really like what you see, like the video, if you like the game, make sure to try it for yourself. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.